I couldn't start the show here though. I was just talking to myself, so I don't like doing that. So we actually gonna start the show. I already broke down the shell. Okay, so y'all ain't had to hear me wrestling with the bag. Welcome. Welcome to A Kind of Smart Show. My name is Rich Matrix. I will be your host for the duration. All of that and then some. Just give me a second here. So, good people, I do apologize for, it seems like a 10-day, because today is the 13th, and so it seems like it's been, don't seem like, it's been 10 days, because it says October 3rd the last time, right? And then, right, on October 5th, sometime, I got, I think one of my biggest days, for me. And I haven't made a show since. Well, but my birthday was on the 8th, right, which was Saturday. I went to LA, and that's going to be the show today. Until I get consistent, we're just going to have to. I don't have a format, is what I'm saying. So we're just going to talk this through, people. All right. I was thinking, though, I was supposed to make a show yesterday. I think I had, jet lag. Whatever. But I spent my birthday in L.A. It was my first time on a plane, right? First time to L.A., of course, unless you're going to take that. I don't know how long it takes to get there by any other mode of transportation. But my point is, though, I did a few firsts, within the last week or so. And so I was supposed to make a show, like I said, yesterday I wrote down the notes, but then I fell asleep. And then, everything went well. Right, and my dog, my God, my nosy people. Some shit gotta happen. I miss. So going to LA, right? My flight was at 5:45, 6:45, something like that, right? And I was wondering if I was going to be late, because, you had to go through all these things and never been through none of this stuff before. So, I got there on time, but then I had to, I'm trying to find a place to park. I couldn't find a place to park. I don't know how that works or however it goes. They saying they trying to fix that to have shuttles and stuff to go to Hopkins, and they supposed to be having a whole overhaul anyway because they about to start having flights straight to Ireland, right? Dublin, right? So it's going to be a lot of Irish, they need white people in this country. But anyway, hunkies. But anyway, right, and these are the niggas hunkies, right, with the red hair, the original. But anyway, people. So I had to valet park my car, right? $30 a day. Now, on my way back from LA, right? This is an international airport. So what I'm trying to say is that time limit that I had, leaving Cleveland, I did not have that, trying to get back. You got to go through customs and they that line right there. And it's 1,000 people on the line. And it's I got there. What happened was this. It's all my fault because I didn't do anything wrong until I got there. I checked out the motel, checked out the hotel, went on a tour, Hollywood tour, right? Not the TMZ one. It's another one, I guess. The TMZ bus. I tried to make these plans beforehand, but it didn't work out. But anyway, I took the train, up to West Hollywood or wherever they are, North Hollywood. I don't know. Took the train up there where the Hollywood Walk of Fame is, right? I have a picture of Nipsey Hussle, and I have a picture of Keanu Reeves, right? Rich Matrix on IG, or Richard Clemens on Facebook. You can see my pictures. But anyway, shout out to Spain, because that's the only person I seen on my statistics today when I was looking up. But shout out to Jamaica, shout out to Nigeria, shout out to United Kingdom, shout out to India, shout out to Canada, shout out to Pakistan, Iraq, shout out to who else have I seen on my map? Algeria, Tanzania. Shout out to Tanzania. Shout out to Jamaica. Did I say that already? Shout out to Alaska, always, and the aliens, my number one supporters. Shout out to Texas, Fort Worth, and Houston. I just know people there. And that, if I missed anybody, tell me about it. Anyway, had to get that in. So have we started the show? Because I ain't even rolled my blunt yet. Hold on, give me a second. Right? I forget. Right? I made that live show for a long time, so it was but it helped me, right? It helped me with my delivery a lot, I think. I don't say certain words, that one word that I say all the time. But anyway, we're going to talk about the trip, right? And I see my notes, because these were yesterday notes, and it's like, I think I need to devote a whole show to what's going on in Akron, right? When they killed this young boy. I'm going to make a whole show about that. So that's clickbait for you. I want y'all to come back and tune in for that. Let me see. Oh, let me see. Oh, let me see. Okay. Then I had some type of reference about, because I just came from LA. Oh, and I actually seen for myself and live in person, because I was on the bus when they was protesting about that council, the council people, them 3 council people making racist statements, and they, like the one head girl, she did resign, and the other 2 I don't know about. But I was actually on the bus, people, on my way to get some weed and going to South Central and rode past, because it was coming from downtown on a 53, So I was there, I promise you. But I'll be right back. I know I gotta stay consistent, because I just got to the 10,000, right? And it's I guess like that one show I said, about October 5th, it was 143, downloads on this. On this one, I got different platforms, different places and stuff like that. But it went from that 10,000 to 10.2 real quick. Now, is that 100 people or 200 people, right? But it just looked better, It's just the aesthetics of it about So I'm just about being more consistent. Y'all know I've been on myself, or been alluding to that, or saying, making that promise and not sticking to it for a long time about, making the shows that I supposed to say that I'm going to make, or however that goes, and not taking 10 days off. But anyway, but it was my birthday. That's the only reason that I'm telling y'all, okay? Because, no reason, no excuse, okay? But it's, I didn't want to turn, right? I turned 50, and so with all of the things that's been going on in the last few 7 years, it was just something that, I am preposterous, right? Preposterous, whatever. Be trying to say words. I am spontaneous, and also like singular thinking. If I put something in my mind, it's something that I want to do, or however, it takes a lot for me not to do that, and then I won't, if I don't get to do it, then I will never forget it, however it goes. But anyway, I turned 40, right? I went to New York for my 40th birthday with my then girlfriend, and so I'm 50, right? And so I turned 50 in LA, the opposite, of New York. And now I have seen the 3 coasts, or the 4, right? Because I live on Lake Erie. Past us is Canada. This is the north side. Nobody gets that part. I'm not from the Midwest. I am from the north side. I'm from the end of the fucking country called an island. It's an island called Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's our great body of water. So I've been to New York. I've seen the Atlantic Ocean from that side. Now I need to go to Miami, right? And like Houston and like New Orleans, right? To be in the Gulf. But like, cause I went to New Orleans, that was the first time I seen, like on spring break in 1990, I seen the Atlantic Ocean. I think I might even went in there for a second. It was cold, so that didn't, but anyway, I think, like that's on the one side of the map of the ocean, and then of Florida, and then Miami is on the other side, is what I'm trying to say. And so then you have the Gulf, and like that's all I'm missing. So I've been to the 4 corners, people. The news, right? You don't know. News stands for north, east, west, south. That's the news. You know what I mean? Where we get shit from. And nobody, right? I am the voice of the north side, because we don't have one. You know what I'm saying? Like all them niggas down there in the Midwest, all that shit, So the good country. It's like I was realizing, like when I was growing up, like, because people moved up here, to get away from that shit down there. But like now it's like, it's like they made chitlins, and it's all about, and it come from rap, and like they did dummy down rap, and freestyle did fuck up rap, and I'm getting off topic now, because I want to make that's a whole nother subject. Freestyle fucked up rap. So anyway, gotta write that shit down, like think about it. Shout out to Special Ed. Hope y'all don't hear my stomach. I'm hungry. I ain't ate. Have I gotten to the show yet? So my trip to LA. So I went, right. I flew on Spirit Airlines. My deal, I don't know. It's like I got an okay deal. Niggas need to stop speaking about money. But anyway, I was in downtown LA. All right, and and so I my flight, right? Now the thing about the time is that right? I left at 5:45 at Cleveland, or 6 o'clock from Cleveland, and you get there around 10 something. You minus the 3 hours. Hold on, am I thinking about this right? It gets confusing. Basically, you only an hour and a half. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that from Cleveland, when I land in LA, only an hour and a half has passed. So you add the 3 hours, difference in our time difference, then it's 4.5 hours, right? So if I left at 6 o'clock, it's basically 7 something when I land there, okay? And I think it was like 8, when I got on the shuttle bus. My check-in is not until 3 o'clock. Then I had to go on an app and pay some extra money for it to be at 12 o'clock. But this is like, 4 hours of just having nothing to do. Brilliant. And so I'm walking around in downtown LA, these long ass blocks. It's like, like New York is like that. Like, these people had these long ass. This is why you had these. I made a show about talking about the gangs and stuff like that, because, like, even when I was riding on the bus and I was looking down the streets, like, they are long. Like, they don't break off. How, what. In most, like, over here, like, in the, what they would call the Midwest, they break things out. Like, they segregate us. They do. They break us off into little, you don't get to congregate. Too many niggas, too many people. It's like you got a cul-de-sac. There's 5 houses here. This street goes this way, that way. It's a maze and stuff like that. But like there, it's just a straight street. And it might be 100 houses on this one street. Or 200 houses, because of that. I don't know how, like. Because, like, we have 100 houses streets, because I used to work for, we used to break them down into segments like that. So I would say but it would be 100 houses for the whole 2 sides, right? So there it would be 100 houses per side. It's just double or triple. It may be 175 houses on one side, and 75 houses on the other side, and, for 150, And then there's smaller houses, and they're smaller also, so you can fit more, But they are more but they are individual, Like, we have a lot of, like, in my city, we have a lot of double houses in the inner city, and I think that would be considered inner city. So they're not stacked on. Everybody has their own space, though, and so I was down there, right, with my little 4 hours to walk around, and I was tired, right. I got a blister on my damn foot. That's how long I walked around. But got to see a lot of different things, and downtown LA, it's like in most cities, people, downtown is the worst part of the city, like, unless you, it's the good part and the bad part, it's like, it's the best of the city, and then, well, not in LA, I don't think. Like, they don't need that. Like, I guess it's, I think, like, further up, because I can't describe it because I'm not from there. Like, I don't know how, like, I learned a little bit about, 7th, 8th, Olive. I was on Olive and 8th, at the Free Sands hotel. Had a pool on the top of the roof and a bar. So it wasn't like, it wasn't the worst. It wasn't, it had a nice skyline, It was about maybe 13, 14 stories. I don't, because I was on 8. Like about 13, 14 stories, It had a nice view and everything like that, It wasn't the most expensive or anything like that. They probably had those. Like, the thing about big cities, is that you have to know, because there's a whole lot of bullshit, but there are like chic places and like very expensive places in between the bullshit, And I ain't never smelled so much piss, I guess, in New York too, like these places, and like the homeless, right? I seen Skid Row because of the 53. And like, I was on my way to Slauson, right? Just to do something, maybe take a picture in front of, the murals and, stuff like that, just to be in South Central, just to do, I don't know people, right? But I met a dude on the bus, as I do, and he was talking about he was on his way to get him some weed, and like, it's legal in LA, and like I had brought some bad shit, okay? But I first got there, and I am walking, and like it wasn't exactly Skid Row, right? Because the shit gets, like, I see how, like, the further you go down, and it wasn't like 7 or 8, because 7 and 8, let's say 7 and 8 go like across, like horizontal, and then like the street names Olive and Broadway and Los Angeles, all of those, they go vertical or whatever I just said. So it's, that way. So the further you go down, like towards Los Angeles, because that's where the map said that my hotel was supposed to be on 8th in Los Angeles, but it was actually on 8th and Olive, which is like 3 blocks difference, okay, or 4 maybe, okay. And that's a long ass walking when them blocks are, long as hell. And so, you can't get lost because you don't know where the fuck you're going in the first place. I'm just walking around and seeing, different things. I guess might have been there, like, but people out, like, you see some pretty girls and things like that. I do want to say this, because I just noticed since, like, in the last 3 days since I've been back, is that there's some fat ass, like, these girls are too damn big in Cleveland, But anyway, like, I forgot. Damn it. I was just about to say another point that I have forgot about. But anyway, so the dude said he was going to get some weed, right? Up on 76. He's like, tomorrow, like, this girl, like, older, like, a little bit older than me. I think he said his name was, like, he didn't say his whole real name, but it's RD, something like that. But, he said he's going to get the weed. He's talking about, you're getting a $20 cap, like, and it was 6 grams for $20. Okay. I don't know if I heard that on the bus, but whatever he said he was about to get, I'm like, well, I want to go with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I brought that, like I said, I brought that bad shit. Walking, right? It was some, everybody just out there smoking their drugs, like smoking crack right there. And they got the old school pipes too. Like, I ain't like that shit you see in the movies, Like, people in Cleveland, they got them, they call them flowers and shit. The Arabs, like, I guess, 'cause it's illegal. So they sell them, It looked like a little wand. I don't know, a freaking clear glass wand. They don't got that bowl on it. You know what I mean? Like they had the actual bowl on their shit. And so I used to do to get some weed, and it's like, I don't know. It was kind of, I figured it might be maybe a little sweaty because he put it out his sock and shit like that. It was in the bag, it smelled okay. It was like premature bad weed, basically, like, and since it was, it hadn't been dried out, right? So the blunt kept going out, it wasn't the worst in the world. It wasn't fake weed, but it was just premature bad weed, like some shit. Like he was happy that that I came by. I wasn't born every day. So meeting the other dude, right, on the bus. I'm like, and this was like, I got there like Friday, right? Friday morning, basically. And so this is like Saturday. I see this dude on my way to Slauson, and I'm supposed to be leaving Sunday. So I get off with him. He's talking about like the owner of the owner of the shop is a girl, right? 76 on Central. Sorry, I keep lighting it. I'm gonna start muting my damn thing. But so we get off, and we go. It's another shop right next to hers. And he's telling me, I used to go to this one. He's telling me all about, things. I'm getting some history here from an actual person, that's from LA. And that's what I appreciated about it, That's what I'm telling y'all about it. And so, because he's from Compton, and he's talking about he used to live out in Ratchacucamonga. I mean, the place from Friday too with Day Ratchacucamonga. Fuck that up. But anyway, like, he said he used to live out there, and his ex-wife still live out there. So like all of that in one is like, like that's gold, you know what I mean? Like for me to get that from one person and to buy, to get the weed. And he's like, oh, it's your first time, you get a free lighter and a grinder. Like I wanted the damn grinder. He took both of this shit. Like, I think you can have it. So, I wanted the grinder though, but I was like, you can have it though. Like, but like, it was a thick black broad, tall, big broad with a dog, Oh yeah, them motherfuckers got a lot of dogs. Everybody, everybody got a fucking dog downtown. But, and so, right, and like, she gave me, cause I ain't even had no cash on me. I mean, I had $30, I think, on me. And like I said, she gave me, it was 6 grams for $20, like, damn. I couldn't even smoke all that shit, people, cause it was the next day I had to go home. Like, you can't smoke no damn 6 grams. And I think it was even, like, and it was fluffy weed, and she had different kinds. Like, the weed that I got right now, like, it was $35. I don't know what you would. I don't know what you would have got, because it was like $25. She had the $25 shelf, then the $25. She had a $20 shelf. No, $25 shelf, the $30 shelf, and the $35 shelf. That's what it was, And then I counted. It was like, I think it was like maybe like 3 or 4 different weeds on each shelf, But, I was saying is that the $35 shit is the shit that I smoke now. Like, but I seen on the one side before we went to the, like he said he used to go there, but he said like they stopped letting people in, and now they just give it to you through the window and shit. He's like, in your hand. He's like, he don't like that shit or however. or I guess you don't get to see them weigh it up. It's like I guess they just come to it, and the girl, she do it right there in front of you, and she look okay. You know what I'm saying? She kind of thick, but you like her. Like that all matters. With your customer retention. People buy from people buy from people they like. Rob Staples. But anyway, so got the wig and no motherfucking convenience store close. A lot of Mexican, right? I mean, cause you it's basically old Mexico. And then when I was on the Hollywood tour thing, they said it's basically it's a desert, and all them damn palm trees, all them trees are imported, The only native palm trees are the real tall, skinny ones, They like about 7-story high, like 8-story. I don't know. They about 10 stories high. Them some tall ass palm trees, but those are the only ones that are native to California. Everything else was imported, And she said something else about Beverly Hills was like they thought it was gonna be oil in Beverly Hills, but it wasn't. And so then they just turned it into, a development place, basically for rich people. California was made for rich people that wanted to hide. Or made it hard, because it's mountains, and it's a desert. So they built this shit like Hollywood. It was built because they was doing things that the rest of the country found immoral, for the most part. So, right. So I got the weed. I was buying. I couldn't find. I found a liquor store. Right. Eventually, brought some Jim Beam. On my birthday, I think. But I had it was just they didn't have what I drink, because I only drink one thing, is that margarita. I don't drink beer no more or nothing like that. I found a place with iced tea, right? They have that, but my point is, I wasn't drinking nothing. I don't know. And I had walked around. I've been walking around. I had been up people, okay? Because it wasn't like, I was asleep and woke up oh, I have to catch a plane, so let me get sleep. I was already up, so I was probably working on by the time, I don't know. I was up for a long time, and I was tired because I've been walking around. I'm telling you, I got a blister, I got to wash my shoes because I just saw today, I got a fucking blood stain, right, on my, you could see, where, because it had already bled through my sock, I didn't even notice it, for a day or so, but it already bled through my sock, and, I could see the stain on my shoe today is my point. I call them my Back to the Future shoes, where you just pull the back of them and it don't have no laces or anything like that. They look just like the ones, they low top, but they look like the shoes from Back to the Future 2 on my mama. It's a story and I'm sticking to it. So, there are a lot of, every downtown, right? It's just so funny when you go to the big cities, how they down, when they be trying, jewelry stores are big, you got a whole gallery full of, jewelry. And I didn't even go in, I didn't even tempt myself, because ever wonder, right, what the prices would be? Like, I'm sure it was a lot cheaper. You know, I probably could have got some shit. Come back blinging. Poor baby. It was my first airplane trip. Also, I was dreading the trip back, you know, but I think, I was so damn, I was dreading the trip back, and then because I had chose a different later flight, so it was gonna stop off in Las Vegas, you know, and maybe I can get a couple of pictures of Las Vegas, and it counts. Just if I touch down in Nevada and Las Vegas, that means I've been to Nevada and Las Vegas. Also, you know, I wanted my 2-for-1 on my trip radar, but on my trip whatever list. So, what had happened was that didn't happen because I missed my flight, right? Because I was telling y'all earlier I was getting there about the 2 hours and it being an international airport, and I would have made it because the trip that I took was from like 2, right? It said it was supposed to be from 2:15. We didn't take off to about 2:30, something like that. Got back at about, it was supposed to be 4. I guess we got back about 6:30 or something like that. I went and brought me something to drink. I was trying to get rid of the last. I had to buy a shell to smoke the last of my weed before I go. Right. So this is my flight is 9:45. So when I talked to ask the person, cause my phone went dead. Okay. Because all the pictures I was taking, all right, and all of that. So my phone goes dead. And then so when I asked somebody what time it was, they said it was 6:50. So get on the train. Get back to Union Square, right? Now, like how I got there was the 81, right? And I walked down to the hotel, but it took me a minute. I got lost and everything, and so from Union Square, you could take the bus to the airport. Right? It cost me $10, get a ticket, like a shuttle, you know, on the shuttle bus type of thing. The Greyhound big buses, right? So, did all of that, people. Now, I guess I said it was like 10 to 7, about 7 o'clock, I guess. I don't know when because when I was going to get the train, right? So that took some minutes. I gave some weed to these people, to this couple of these Caucasians that I saw. And this other dude, because he asked me first. This black dude, this LA, whatever. This dude, like homeless dude, basically, asked me, because I was rolling my weed up, you know, and he asked me if I had some, you know, and I gave him a nugget, you know, and he told me I got a shell, you know, like here you go. And so he's like, good looking out. And then the other people was looking at me and shit. So I asked them if they wanted some, because I couldn't take it. I wasn't gonna take it on the plane with me. So I had one nice blunt left, you know, and I rolled it up. Train came, so bam. We're at the shuttle bus now. And I think I smoked one. Then I was smoking one. Then I had one more. Rolled up a nice fat one. But the bus didn't leave till 8 o'clock, right? So now we got an hour and 45 minutes, right? Before the plane takes off, people. So I guess I get to the airport around 8:45, 8:50. Get there really more than that. But Spirit is gate 5, right? We got to go through all the other ones before there, traffic, all of this stuff. So, I think, right, I got about an hour, right, when I get dropped off. So I want to smoke a cigarette. Oh, I want to smoke a blunt. Right? No. Listen to this. Because my phone was dead, right? And like, needed to charge my phone to get the ticket shit off my phone, right? But I didn't even need that because you could just put your name in. So, but that led to me moving from one seat to another seat, putting my blunt on the thing and leaving it. Left my blunt on the table, people. Now, on top of that, go in there, get my little ticket thing, right? Well, no, go in there I'm at the right place. I don't know. I realized I left my blunt, so now I want to smoke a cigarette, I guess. Something happened, like that part. It was about 9 o'clock. Asked somebody what time it was. No, right? Plug my phone up, right? Because I needed a little bit more charge. Wasn't thinking about just typing my name in. Like, the phone could have waited. Something like that. Out there smoking a cigarette. Get in line around 9 o'clock. Get up to the people around 9:10. The last check-in is 45 minutes. You need 45 minutes, before you check in. I'm late. I can't catch my flight. Do y'all know I spent 12 hours at a motherfucking airport? Oh, and I had to pay another $100 to get home. $99 to get home. And I'm stuck. And it's only 9 o'clock. And I gotta watch, you know what I mean? It's 9:10 now. Okay? And I had brought a picture, actually, right? I don't know what happened to my damn picture. I brought a picture from the street artist of Tupac, He was making these pictures live and this and this and that. And like I hadn't brought anything as a souvenir from on my trip. And so getting off, the tour bus or however, I was sitting there, and just taking in the last few minutes. And like seeing this dude do his stuff. And I brought a picture, $50, And I left it. And I lost it somewhere in the airport through not being able to get on my flight. And like I was laying on some seats in the Asian area and the international, because I went through the international customs instead of the spirits customs, because I didn't know. I just started walking because I was trying to get to the food court because I was hungry. In order to get the food court that I had came through was closed. So in order to get to the main food court, I had to go through security. And anyway, had to go through security anyway, right? And so that takes, about, oh my gosh, man, I was so close. Like I just missed it. So, it took about 35, 45 minutes to get the security, and went to go get me something to eat, which is everything is expensive. But they had that one place of smoke right on that side, but then it's like I laid, I don't know, oh yeah, like I said, I laid down, like, where I guess the Asian people, like the Asian side, because that's all I seen, where I was, who was catching flights that way, like the 130s and stuff, because like gate 5 was the other way, like I said. But I went through all of that, and I laid down for a long time, tried to go to sleep, couldn't really go to sleep. And then I realized I forgot my damn picture. It was like, I wonder if it was on the other side. I could not remember, and like by the time, cause it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. My flight didn't take off for 12 hours. I was there for 12 hours in the airport. Like, I know how, people have been stuck in the airport and things like that, so like I even have that under my belt. Self-induced as always. But I finally, right, about 4 o'clock in the morning, wondered, followed the signs over to the other side. And I didn't even have to go through customs. Like, I don't even, like, I was mad. Cause like, it's like early in the morning, like, wasn't nobody around. I don't know if I snuck. I don't know if I snuck through or what. You know what I mean? Cause like, when I would want to go smoke a cigarette, they said I had to go through customs. Like, I just walked. Like, I was just thinking about, like, I just walked through this motherfucker a couple hours and I'll go. But, I put my logo, right? It's like, it's not even my damn real logo, but I got these stickers made, and so I got stickers, throughout LA, people. Like, on the tour bus too. I put one of them on the outside of the tour bus. And it's hard to get that shit off, so it's gonna take a minute. Think about, what the fuck is that? That's my shit. As one, we are a GP for life, right? It has a little world in it. Like, if you look real close, and it has TNC in the middle, of an African, like it's the the continent of Africa. But like I told you, right? I already told y'all about it. Was like Hollywood was cool. Like downtown LA, it's always good to see the contrast of cities, or however. That's a big ass place, Like Chicago is big also, It's like they make them bigger because the streets are like, they make the streets wide, So, and then you have the buildings, like downtown LA has some big ass buildings, and then they have these damn hills. Oh, I am not in the greatest of shape. I called myself trying to walk up. I think it was called the Blake something. It was supposed to be a museum or something like that. I walked all the way up there, and then I didn't even want to go. I didn't even want to go in. So damn tired. I was so damn mad. And then I started looking. I don't know. It was something else. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all, right? And so, you know how that city council, the LA city council, that scandal that's been going on with, the racist shit that them people was saying, and they wanted them 3 council members gone. I think the main lady has left. I think I already told y'all that, right? I had rode past that. That was, I seen there was a lot of people out there though. And like, so since I told y'all already that, because I was thinking about, because of the weddings, there was weddings that I had saw. It was like 3 weddings that they had took, the people were taking when I was like on my trek, right, trying to go to the museum. And it was like, I could have went in I guess I could have went in, but I mean, like that walk, I don't know why I did that. Could have just took the metro, and I was like fortunate because it was the metro and the train and everything was free the whole weekend. Like I still have a pass because I brought one, and I don't know why I brought it because I already knew it was free. I don't know why. I guess I was like just in case, I don't know. Because like when I got there Friday morning, I think it didn't start until, Saturday, right? The weekend. So like it was free Saturday and Sunday. But I had paid, it wasn't even that much, like $250 for the bus, for the shuttle leaving the airport, Cause like as soon as I got off and it was like all that stuff was right there, and like that's like I didn't understand like how big. I probably still don't understand the scope of, how big the airport is, because when I got off the airplane, it was a whole court there. Like it was a whole. Maybe it looked different at nighttime. Maybe I was right there, once I got through security again on the other side, because I came from the other side. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, right, you have the arrival side and the departure side. And I guess, I don't know, like, you don't go through the same security coming in as you go out. Like, because I went right through security coming in, but going out is like, nigga, that shit was crazy. But like I said, like seeing the downside, like seeing the downtown of LA, and like, the crazy people screaming through the streets, just walking, and everybody ignoring them, and seeing the pretty people, and seeing the everybody with their dogs, Then I rented a scooter. Right, but it only lets you go 3 miles, so it's like you couldn't go that damn far with the damn scooter. And I don't know what the home base was. So if I got it at the hotel, cause I was trying, right, to go up to, another place, because they have these tourist spots that that you're supposed to visit, while you're there, because that's the whole point of a trip. But I like the way I do things because I did it in New York, it's like went to New York, stayed in New Jersey because of the hotels being so expensive in New York, and then took the train, over to New York and went to go, to the the Eiffel Tower. Not the Eiffel Tower, but the Empire State Building, and seeing the new World Trade Center, and went on a boat ride. The tourist things, like to emphasize the trip, and like to hear people tell you about the city and point things out to you. But like the other side of it is just going through the shit yourself, and just meeting people. And, asking questions, like, they say, I don't know, it's like how you get here, how you get there, like, that's it. Like, in New York, it's harder, but in LA, it was easy. And then then everybody smile at you. They might not speak, like the women, but they look you dead in your motherfucking eye, you know what I'm saying? Like that was amazing. Like I got a video of this girl, but like they look you dead in your eyes and speak to you, so like that's cool. But they don't speak. They look you in your eye. Like I don't know, maybe they might think you like, are you famous? No, okay. But like people look at you. They look at you, I'm not used to that part about, I look at people, especially like, pretty women and stuff like that. That's my point, is pretty women looking at you, like, I don't know, maybe, like I said, like they seeing like, are you somebody now? Okay. And then, right, people that live in those cities, they used to seeing, like, all they see are tourists, or they know their kind, stuff like that. So they might see a person from out of town from a mile away. They see you before you see them, you know. But I guess I'm gonna be done. Like, I guess I'm just gonna make this show about my trip because I had okay time. Went through the little, Beverly Hills, Brentwood, right? Seen where OJ lived. I'm not gonna say he did anything. And he was saying that the new owner changed the address, or changed the front of it. Like, all these places are like, they spend a lot of money to be close together. It's like, I would like to have gone on a Hills trip, I guess, up into the Hollywood Hills. I didn't take that trip. It was the, Santa Monica. I don't know, went to the beach and all that. Like I said, I've seen the oceans. I've seen the two oceans from different perspectives. The beach was nice. That, right? Venice Beach and Santa Monica Beach, it's the same damn beach. But whatever. It's just spread out. And it was just I was trying to see Silicon Beach because that's supposed to be close to downtown. Like, they said that bitch closed. I was like, all right. It was like, I just threw it because, like, I could have, it was like 0.7, supposed to be like 0.7 miles or something like that. I could have found a train and took it there, but it was for be closed. And the one person I asked about it, like, they didn't even know, what I was talking about. And then you ask, like, everything is, like, downtown is not close to, it's down, it's downtown Los Angeles, or however, whatever, like that. So, Compton will be way over there, and South Central is that way. But it's not, I guess I would say it's like these are like hour bus rides, It's like I used to take hour bus rides from downtown Cleveland to Oakwood, That's like an hour bus ride, So that's what I would equate those bus rides. Like in Cleveland, our bus rides are more like 30 minutes, 45 minutes at the most, but 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. And that's that part. But right, and like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, it's just, it goes on and on. It's like it's what they say. I don't know, 15 blocks or something like that. But like, they blocks are very long, so I ain't see Tupac, but I just, like, when I got off the train and I walked to the right, because I didn't know where the hell I was going. Cause I was trying to find the TMZ, right? It said TMZ, Hollywood, West Hollywood, 6801. And so, when the train announced, I got past Venice. Maybe I got up Venice, but I know Venice, but I know the name Venice, Vine, right? Hollywood and Vine. And so that's where I got off at. Cause that couldn't be that far, from where I needed to be. What I needed to be was one more stop up, but that's cool. Cause I got on the bus, and but like I said, when I got off, I went to the right, but I needed to be going up. I was about to be going down, but I seen Nipsey Hussle's his star right there, and so I took a picture of that. And then I was looking for Tupac's. I ain't gonna lie, And I asked a couple of people, but like didn't nobody know where his was. Like even the dude that I bought the picture from, I'm like, where two, he's like, no. But I met this dude from Australia, right? Black dude from, right? Kev. Shout out to Kev from Australia. He was on a trip. He went to Miami and London. No, not London. Just Miami and California. He actually got off the tour bus to go to the Grove, on Rodeo Drive. Like, I should have went with his ass because I know he kind of wanted me to go with him. I think, but because we, it's like, well, you have a couple of black people, but it's more just tan people, like not even so many whites. It's Mexicans that I saw, and Japanese or Chinese people, Asian people, and and Latin people. Even more so, than hunkies. But like, so my point is about, us talking, because when I was going by my ticket, he was right there, and he was before me, and I just asked the lady a question, and I told him, I said, go ahead. Then he told me to go ahead, like how, like niggas are like chipping Dale all day, like, oh no, it's on you. No, it's on you, sir. No, I insist. Shit like that. So I went ahead, and got my ticket, and so we on the same, he was on the same one, so we got to talking, and oh, cause he asked me, no, cause we was in line, and he asked me am I Australian? I'm like, no. He's like, the girl told me like he was Australian too. I'm like, no, I'm not Australian. So that introduction about who you, where you from and all that type of stuff. And so anyway, like I said, cause it's supposed to be a 4-hour trip, and so on our way back. He got off, and went to the Grove, kicking it by himself. And I got right, and I missed my I did. Like I told y'all, I think that last 10 minutes, right? If I would have tried to smoke that cigarette, being mad over forgetting my blunt, I wonder if I left the damn picture on. I don't think I left the picture on the thing. I think I left the picture at the Spirit desk when they said, put my book bag down. I don't like. It's like, the end of the trip. Just makes it bad. Not bad, but it's like I had to wait. I was so tired. My legs hurt so bad. I had to I couldn't go to sleep. And then you charge that damn phone up. These people that messed up the charge ports. Your charger don't go in right. It's just slacking off. I watched that thing at night. It was about me and about 4 other people, laying around. By the time I think I might have got a couple hours of sleep, it wasn't even real sleep, but you know how that goes. So, open your eyes once in a while, you just see a couple more people. Open your eyes, by the time I woke all the way back up, it was about 8 something. Cause I just kept on. I refuse to be sitting around, just sitting around thinking or whatever. So just like that half sleep, half, wake type of thing. So it was about 8 something. Like about 8, couldn't take it no more. So wake up and it's just full, people just everywhere. And it was already a couple of times through the night when I went to the bathroom, come back, the broad that sat in my seat and took over my little charge port. Cause there's only 1 out of 4 that work right, and she'd have took the one, of course, that works right. I sat right on the next side of her ass, right, and made my shit go in there too, and set it up so my phone was charging, cause you have to watch something on your phone, and so on the airplanes, your data doesn't work, so you have to have things already downloaded and ready to go if you want to be, entertained on the plane. Like, I don't know. I don't really have any complaints about I don't have, I try not, you shouldn't have to, you shouldn't try to think about complaints. Because I don't know how comfortable the seating is supposed to be. It was alright. It just remind me, I do remember people just making jokes about, different airlines and stuff like that. And so it's like, like a Greyhound type of situation, 3 to a seat. When I was going there, it was like I was in the middle. I was in between 2 girls, so I was good, and they was small. So, and they're like, oh, you can stretch out. I'm like, okay, thank you. Right. It's so funny. I don't give a fuck what, men and women, touching is always something, 'cause throughout the flight, she just kept on, putting her leg on mine, it's just that little contact, right? That human contact that means that we take for advantage. I don't know. Anyway, I'm about to end this shit off, right? Because I guess, all right, I'm not going to play my clip. I'm going to save my clip. Because I didn't start it off. Because the clip is for the beginning of the show. Then you can play another clip if I already played a clip. You know what I'm saying? I can't play a clip and I ain't played a clip already. I don't know. Should have did it before. Because the clip that I'm going to play goes in the beginning, not the end. That's the whole point. So, I didn't have another clip. Now, I was going to talk about, because it was about, I guess, I'm not going to talk about it because it was about the Akron cops, right? And then, because I had just came from LA, and they was talking about, I seen something on YouTube about how the Shield and Training Day was basically, modeled after the LAPD. And also this one cop, Lorenzo something, Puerto Rican cop that was very corrupt, that Alonzo, right? Denzel's character in Training Day, that was supposed to be his archetype. And that's why he had, the Puerto Rican girl or the Mexican girlfriend or Colombian girlfriend, whatever she supposed to be in that damn movie. And so, that was that. And so I was going to speak about all of that, people. And I'm going to say that for another show, I think. I think I'm going to go. Because I've just been totally freestyling. Y'all know that. I only had a couple of notes. Right. It just said because I was gonna go into that shit, but it needs its own show. But like I knew that I wanted to talk about my Cali trip also, right? And so I don't want to mesh that together because that deserves its own show. All right. And with that being said, what do I want to talk about? I mean, like, do I have any bull stuff to talk about? They be thinking like, I don't know. I guess certain, like everybody has their own platform, or however, like you have to get. All right. The thing is like about like local news, right? And so like you have certain people that cover certain local news already and things like that. But I would like to cover my city. Like I need to do that, because everything else is not my business. Like things that go on around me, right? It's more of my business. And you have to care about that and make the people around you, right, in that same vicinity care about it. Because people, we care about more things that go on in other places than you care about what goes on next door or across the street. And it is a certain mind your fucking business, mentality where I'm from. So, like, that comes into play also. But that's not my job to think about, right? Because, like, who raised you? Like you can't speak to people the same way because they wasn't raised how you were raised. So, like, what you say to them, sounds corny. I've been in them situations before, especially dealing with the niggas that I was dealing with, I'm trying to be a mastermind. These niggas like, nigga, let's get it gully. And let's do this, that. Nigga, where you from? Fuck out of here. But they win or lose, so we here now. I'm gonna leave it there. This is a kind of smart show. My name is Rich Matrix. I am your host. I appreciate everyone listening to me, my dog, my guy, my nosy people. Until next time, I am out, and that is that.